productive. It can't be obstructionist partisanship, and that's what you have in the case of Social Security. You have congressmen who see the chance, rather than support it, rather than try something new, senators, rather than support it or try something new, who are against it because they know they can score votes, who will sit around and pretend like, well, you like George Bush's candidates for Senate, and if they get through the Social Security, you're going to start losing your benefits. Start scaring people like that. You're going to start losing benefits. You're going to have nothing left for retirement. You're going to starve. Nancy Pelosi said something like during the debate, what do the Republicans want to do? Take the old people out behind the barn and shoot them? What kind of comment is that? Is that productive to political discourse? Is there anyone actually suggesting anything like that? Because some of us would prefer to have an RV economy which would create more money for retirement rather than less. Now I want to take people out to shoot them. I don't know how they think out in San Francisco. I don't, and I won't pretend to understand it. But I can tell you that I don't believe that this is going to be a change that's going to happen in Congress. This needs to be a change that will happen amongst the people, because only with people pressuring congressmen will they be willing to make the changes necessary. A few things in regards to moving the people. I'd like a few more of the people to know that the first group to ever had this special retirement scheme were federal congressmen and senators. It's kind of ironic. And it works phenomenally well. They've been using it for the last 50 years. This retirement plan with an idea of individual retirement accounts has been used for congressmen. So the next time you see a Republican or Democrat stand up and say, I'm against this plan, I would encourage anyone to ask that Congressman or Democrat, Republican or Democrat, Congressman or Senator, why exactly they don't opt out of the plan themselves, because congressmen and senators can jump out of the normal Social Security program. They can jump on. They can use normal Social Security. What about they don't? I wonder why all these congressmen and senators who are so against this reform and who are so in favor of our Social Security system don't choose to use it themselves. Let's first say that. Second of all, I'd be very skeptical of those who don't believe in the grandma sense. The grandma sense? Let's hear it. The grandma sense. You're almost like your grandpa, right? You're getting there. The idea that older people are not as inherently selfish as people would try to have you believe. There is a real sense of contribution to a younger generation, of sacrificing a little on your own for those who will come after you. And I think that we don't attempt to tap into that enough. I don't think we attempt to recognize that grandparents who vote 10 times more than anyone else is running a candidacy so much. I don't think we should be quite so skeptical of the idea that we can convince them, make this vote for your grandchildren. Make this vote for the solvency of a government that you'll have in 15 years when you might not be around. And I don't think it's that out of the question. I will conclude my section on Social Security on a dismal note rather than a hopeful one. I'm against Social Security in theory. And I think that a real discussion as to whether Social Security is even constitutional, to say nothing of that it may or may not be moral, is badly required. Janice Rocker Brown, who is an appellate judge, the federal judiciary, caused a little bit of controversy when she was up for her appellate court position, when she said something like the Supreme Court ruling in 1933 to uphold Social Security is our socialist revolution in the United States. And quite frankly, I believe it. I mean, if you were to tell the framers of the Constitution that we'd be forcing without a choice, citizens of this country onto a government-controlled retirement account, they'd call that the equivocation of despotism. Yet today, it seems to go by without much notice. It is morally and constitutionally wrong, in my opinion, to force me onto a program that I don't want to be on. To make me spend my money on my own program that I don't want to be on. This is not money going to the government for them to spend. This is theoretically money for myself that I'm being forced to spend for my own retirement account. And I think that is morally wrong. And that's a section on Social Security.
So, are you saying that congressmen and senators choose not to have Social Security money taken out of their paychecks?
No, they have.
So they, like many residents of the United States, who supplement
No.
retirement accounts by doing their own private account.
No. Let me make this clear. The suggestion that George Bush made, the suggestion that I totally support for these private retirement accounts to replace Social Security as a part of the government. So you take it as a part of the government program for retirement. So you take your money, and you always have money taken out for Social Security, taken out for taxes, and then you go and you invest however you want. Congressmen and senators, they are obviously very wealthy people. They go out and they invest everywhere else. They do not have, or I don't think there are any that have opted to stay in the system, but the vast majority do not have Social Security payments and a trust fund account the way we do. They don't. What they have is the money that would normally go to Social Security for them goes into one of 5 government-controlled private accounts, which is invested in the economy rather than the Social Security trust fund. They have George Bush suggested, except with less risk to the investment because he wanted to be able to sell it. They have with more risk than what George Bush suggested for the American people, the exact same plan that he suggested. The exact same plan. So do a lot of federal employees. But, those federal employees, this plan isn't good enough for the commoners. It's not good for me, it's good enough for them. See what I'm saying? I convinced you, didn't I? I can feel it. See, that's what you got it back now on top.
Well, speak about something that won't be as much interest to me, but maybe to the younger people in the audience.
Well, that's what I've kind of been doing. I've kind of, as you notice, crisscrossing back and forth between my topics and personal experiences. I would like to, for a few minutes, talk about something of a little bit lighter nature. Are you taking off, Mr. Elliott?
Yeah.
It was a pleasure having you.
I mean, I'll catch you on the line tomorrow, for sure. Or on the news tonight.
Or on the news tonight, just watch, I'll be honest. Take your pick of the stations.
It's good to know. Not on Fox News, not on CNN, nothing like that. No.
Couldn't get it. We'll see.
It may show up.
We'll see.
All right, guys.
Maybe call Wolf Blitzer, my man, right? You guys are friends, right? You Wolf Blitzer are friends, I know.
Well, he's a UB grad.
I know.
Tim Russell was in town today. I'm surprised that
He was in town?
Yeah.
For what?
for a book signing. He's actually doing a book signing at the Barnes and Noble on Niagara Boulevard.
No, he's not. He's really? Sorry.
Yeah, he was on news
Huh?
this
Still
morning.
working? Yeah.
That's
I
funny.
was gonna move my computer down there.
Yeah,
One of us is in
Oh, was it- was it-
24/7.
He had a great, I don't know if you watched Meet the Press on Sunday, he had a great Meet the Press about a new book that came